Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon with Stardew Valley, Retired Slow Play, part number 102. And for those of you who are watching closely, we had a little bit of an issue happen. And here's the story. While I'm doing my morning chores, I'll tell you what happened. So, I have made an announcement that's on my community tab that when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a face reveal. I will start putting my face in my videos. And so I was doing a test of this plan, and I ever so wisely decided to use Stardew Valley as my test. And I saved it. Now, I'm not ready to show my face on screen. In fact, I was in my pajamas and my hair looked awful. I'm real picky about my hair, and when I'm home and it's just my husband and I don't care. But if I'm going to have my face on the screen, my hair is going to look good. It looked horrible. So I played through 2 days. I'm sorry, I guess it was only 1 day of Stardew Valley. Yeah, it was 2 days, Stardew Valley. The last episode, if you're looking closely, it ended on Sunday the 14th, and you can see it is now Tuesday the 16th. And there's no way that I was going to post that video on my YouTube channel. First off, I stumbled around. It's a learning process. It's the first time I'd ever done something like that. So I mumbled my words and had a couple of issues that I thought there's just, and I didn't care because I was just testing out the ideas, testing out my equipment and my software, and figured out, okay, this is how it's all gonna work. And it was a terrible video. Then I realized that I had slept through the night and Stardew Valley had saved. So I was just absolutely beyond mortified and frustrated. So that is why we've had a time skip. The main thing that you missed is that there's a night market going on, and each night of the night market I am able to purchase some spring or the seeds for flowers. The first night there were spring seeds, the second night there's summer seeds, and the third night, which I actually think is tonight, I can get the fall flower seeds. And in my new greenhouse that I have created inside my farmhouse on the top left-hand side, I needed those seeds. Well, I was going to have to wait for the whole next year and buy those seeds because I stupidly had not been saving them from the bee house area. I was going to have to wait until I found out I could purchase the seeds at the night market, which I usually skip the night market after I go the first time, which I did in this playthrough. I did do that. I found out I could get them. So now I've got them in my house. I have to water them every day. So that's the number one thing you guys missed. So I am so sorry. And then I felt so stupid. I thought, why did I do that? Why didn't I just pull up some random game that I'm not even recording? I don't know why I did that. It's like as you get older, sometimes you do things that make zero sense. And that is one of my instances where I did something that made zero sense. So that's all you missed. I'm sorry. Hopefully I won't have too many accidents like that occur. So anyway, now let's continue with our welcome. I want to welcome my new subscribers. Oh my gosh, guys, every single morning I pull up my YouTube app while I'm having breakfast and tea and I check it out, and there are new people every day. So welcome and thank you so much, because it means a lot to me that people are finding my videos valuable. And I wasn't sure when I started. I didn't know. The only people that were subscribing was my family that I talked into doing it, and a few friends, and they're still around. Those people are still around. I've got some really good gaming friends that help me out, and I appreciate you guys. It gave me a little bit of oomph, like, okay, good, somebody's joining, and then all of a sudden I'm getting all of these people. So thank you so much for being here. Sometime during this video there's going to be a secret word of the day. I wanted you to use that secret word down in the comments in a sentence. So be creative, do something fun with it. Don't say the secret word is whatever. Just use the secret word in a sentence, and I appreciate that. Play along. It's a fun thing. This is a retired slow play. What that means is I slow down and enjoy the game. So, oh, there's my pretty tulip growing right by the end of the bed, and so I'll talk more about that another time. And so, a slow play just means I just want to enjoy this game, and I want to slow down to enjoy the game. It does not mean I do not have a plan for this playthrough. I do. I'm not just playing willy-nilly here. I have a plan for the playthrough. And it'll eventually end when we get 100% completion. We don't even know how far we are yet because we haven't got to that yet, but it's coming. So eventually we are going to have a percentage of where we're at, and we get to 100%. That's when I will end the playthrough, and we have a long way to go. So stick with me. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel, and also please give those videos a like, a thumbs up. All of those things help YouTube like me better, and when that happens, then they show my videos to more people. I also picked up a quest from Emily to give her those 5 gems. That was on that, I forgot, that's something else you guys missed. That was on that special task board. I mentioned that it's an end game thing, and that's what it was a quest I'd been looking for, because it's going to give us something that I really wanted, and I knew that we could do this task. You didn't have to go find these things. You could pull them right out of your savings. Remember, we've been saving all these gems for a reason? That's our reason. Look at this. Emily, we want to give them to Emily, and so they have to, and I double checked to make sure it was Emily, and there's a really cool item, so hang in there with me while we go give these to Emily. And that was one of the tasks I've been looking for on that message board, and it popped up when the task changed over, which I think is on Mondays on that special board. So now we're going to grab those gems, and we're going to go take them to Emily. So I do apologize that you missed that. Gosh, I'll feel bad about that for a long time, but we'll get past it. So here's Emily's house, and is she here? I'm looking for her here. No such luck. Haley's home, Emily is not, so we got to go find Emily. And if she's around, I don't know exactly where she's at right now. She's either at home. A lot of times she's inside of Pierre's, and there's like a room they do exercises in. And sure enough, there she's at. There she is. As I've mentioned so many times, if you don't know where somebody is, you can go to the wiki. There's a link down below for that. So let's talk to Emily. Exercising can be fun. Yeah. All right, so we're going to, I'm really worried about how it says just deliver to Emily. So I don't know any other way than just to give her one at a time. And so I was thinking about that, like, I hate to lose a gem. And so it just dinged, and it did give it to her. So I was like, okay, good, then I can give her the rest of them. And let's see what happens when we give her the last one. Oh, she says nothing, but my journal is updated. Done, I get 1,000 gold. Okay, there's more coming. There's a tip. Stay tuned. All right, well, I haven't not finished my morning intros with you, so hang on. On my main YouTube channel, there's a number of things I wanted to point out. There's a community tab, which is how I communicate with my subscribers. And like if I want to make an announcement, I want to let y'all know something. Oh, hi, Caroline. I want you to know something, that's where it's going to be. Sometimes I post polls because I want your opinion about something. Sometimes I post pictures of my cat sometimes. Sometimes I post videos. Recently I made an announcement, so please go check the community tab for the announcements. The about tab is my schedule, my upload schedule, so go check that out. There's also a playlist there on the main channel. Please go check out the playlist. I have, right now I'm playing Stardew Valley and Kinseed. I have a Skyrim playthrough started. It's on pause right now. And also I have game reviews that I've done, a few. I'll do more in the future because I've had people asking me about that. When you pick one of those, I picked the Rock Rejuvenation one. It grays out until it resets, which I'm pretty sure is on Mondays. So again, there's playlists. Please go check those out. If you're interested in a specific game, that's a good way to watch them because they're all in order. And then lastly, if you want to help out a retired gamer, I have a Patreon account. There's a link down in my videos for that account, and if you can help me out, that would be great. I appreciate that. That'll help me continue to do what I'm doing in a retired, slow play kind of way. So I wasn't sure about Emily if I needed to do something else for the other thing that happens because of those 5 gems, but we are going to keep an eye on that. So anyway, I wanted to also point out we're at 410,000 gold, so we made some extra gold since I saw you last. I think the last time it was 406,000, so we're at 410. We're doing pretty good, and for the things that we need to purchase, the things that we need to invest in, we're doing okay. Eventually, we're going to need a heck of a lot more than that, but we are preparing for that. We are getting our cellar cranked up with more casks so that we can age more cheese, we can age more wine, and those things are our big money makers. We're still going to be doing the preserve jars, and we're going to increase the number of preserve jars here in the future. So I just have to make sure that I have enough fruits and vegetables to be able to load them up. So eventually we will. It's a growing process. I mean, geez Louise, we started off with 15 parsnips. 15 parsnips is all we had. Do you remember that? I've got screenshots that I show from time to time. I'm going to be doing new screenshots in the springtime when the farm is in full bloom. But I'll show what we look like on day number 1. And then I will show the current status, what it currently looks like, and then I'll show the 11-year farm that it's what I think it's going to look like. So something else that I bought the first night of the night market, which is now open again, is the seasonal plants. Now I don't like the winter ones. Look on my front porch there. The winter ones, they look like snowmen. I don't, that's, to me, that's not a plant. But the rest of the time, they look really cool. The other 3 seasons out of the year, they look really cool. So, you missed the first night of the night market, so we are going to go here on the second night of the night market. And again, my main and really only reason to go is that I want to purchase the seeds that are available, the flower seeds that are available. So I'm trying to make sure I have enough both for my indoor garden and for the season that I will be planting them. I had it so I don't have to go to Pierre's to get them at the beginning of the season. I will already have them. So let's see, which one was it at? This is like the traveling trader, I think. I don't think this is the right one. For some reason I couldn't click. It wouldn't let me click. And I don't think it's the right one. But we'll go find out. So these are the different things you can get. This is indoor decoration. That's where I got the seasonal decor. And there's seasonal plants. And I wasn't sure which ones I'd had before. And again, I don't know if some of these are available on my catalogs, my very expensive catalogs that I purchased. I didn't know for sure. And I was thinking, okay. And I was also looking at my my 11-year farm interior shots that I had, and I thought I had a couple of those plants somewhere. So I wasn't sure, and I don't know which one of these that I've bought already. So I'm just trying to kind of glance through. I don't think these are where I get the seeds, but I was looking anyway. So the seasonal decor of the barrels are kind of cool, and I do have them in a certain place. So I think that's all that we need from that guy. And then I gotta find which one had the seeds. And how about this person? This is the traveling trader that comes along, and they have some expensive items, but something like if you've never had melon seeds before, I guess you can buy them for 200 a piece. Holy cow. Seems kind of expensive there. So let me think here. I was thinking, where is it? No, it wasn't. I know it wasn't this one. I was like, what a goober head. Sometimes my brain is like, why is it not working? Aha! Here we are. All right. Oh, look at that. Melon seeds were like a normal amount. That's funny. All right. Poppy. That's the summer ones. So I want to get enough for my bee houses, but I also want to get enough for the indoor garden, and I also wanted to get some spangle seeds because I use those in the indoor garden as well. So what I was looking at is I was going back and forth between my 11-year interior farm house and what I had planted where, and I've kind of talked about this before when I first did that garden, is that I didn't want to recreate the whole thing because it took me many hours, real life hours, building the inside of that cabin, the inside of that farmhouse, decorating it with the furniture and the wallpaper and the flooring and all that. It just, I uncountable hours. I have no idea how many, but I love the way it looks. So when I was starting this playthrough for you guys, I thought, why would I want to redo that? Why would I want to try to make something that looks different that I already know that I like? So that answered my question. The answer is I want it to look the same. So by the way, we have been here before to the night market. We've done the submarine fishing thing. We may do that again sometime. I think there's some fish special ones that you can get. By the way, this is why people drink coffee. No, I'm not trying to give it to you. I'm trying to drink it. You'll see how much faster I'm walking, and I'm just doing it to show you guys. It's like I'm not one of those people that has to do coffee every time I walk out the door. I can spend $250 to go home though, and since we have plenty. So anyways, 176, I wanted to check my hay and see how it's doing. It's the 16th day. We've got 12 days left in the season. I think we're going to be okay. So come on up here, and I'm going to get my watering can because you do have to water these plants until they mature. So I had done the first ones, and I think those were tulips. And then I was saying, okay, what did I plant in here before? Well, I had a poppy right there. I'll water that. And I think I had a spangle in the corner, so I wanted to put that down and water that. That only leaves 2 more plants, and I believe those are the fall, I think they're called fairy roses. So we're getting really close to having that room done, only because I happen to pay attention that the night market, what I did is I went to the wiki. There's a link down below in the wiki, so check that out. It can be very useful. Down in the wiki, it tells you that the night market has these different places that you can buy things, and it tells you what they sell. And the one that I bought the seeds from had rotating stock, and the rotating stock they had was these flower seeds. So I was so delighted to find that out. It's like, yes. So way before planned, I'm going to have my indoor garden completely done. And it's like, okay, great. There's those seeds for summer. They are all set. What I'm looking for here is how many more cauliflower seed packets can I make? Because, and I think I need to give one more to Mayru. So I don't know that I'm going to have enough. That's something else that I worked on a little bit, is making seed packets. It's really important to me to be self-sufficient, and what that means to me is that I don't have to buy seeds from Pierre. So I am propagating my own seeds with my produce. I'm not trying to eat it. It's so frustrating to me that I'm clicking in the right place and it's doing the wrong thing. So very annoying. Anyways, what I'm trying to do is get as many of my seeds for the next season as I possibly can. Now, when we're in full swing and it's been a while, then I will be preparing 600 seeds of the main crop for the season, and I'll have it ready before. So let's see what we got now. We've got 220, and then I want to have 200 of the secondary crop, which is the strawberries. So that's for the whole season. And I think it doesn't look like I'm going to have enough. I don't think I'm going to have enough to plant my entire garden. I had hoped to for the first half of the season, and I don't think I'm going to have enough. I've got other seeds, but my main crop is cauliflower, and I need enough to be able to plant at least 2 full plantings of the cauliflower. And I'm kind of reorganizing here. I want to have all my miscellaneous stuff up there above, and then my main crop and secondary crop down below or at the end. So I don't think I'm going to have enough, but we'll see. I never have counted it out. I've always just said I needed to have 600, but I think that's 3 full plantings. So we will see when spring comes, which is in 12 more days. So we'll see. I'm trying. And someone said that they thought that seed makers were a waste of time. Well, it's not, depending upon your goals. If my goal is self-sufficiency, then seed makers are incredibly invaluable, because I don't want to have to buy seeds anymore. So that's a goal. Now you can set your own goals in the game, and that just happens to be one of mine. So that's going to be the end of day 16 in year number 3. And we got a little bit of money there. And what did we get? Melon jelly, $5.50 each. So that gave us $1,100 plus the mayonnaise. So that is a good thing. So I'm glad that we have that the preserve jars make us some good money. Always in the morning, first thing I do is check the calendar and say what's on tap for today. Night market is open again, and it's the wizard's birthday. So it would be a really good thing for us to get the wizard a gift. That would probably max out our hearts with him, don't you think? Let's see what we got. He's got 3 hearts. And I wasn't sure if I can give him a gift because I had already given him 2 gifts this week. It resets. I think it's on Sunday it resets. So I don't know. We'll see. So now my new morning start is to water the plants. And we've got all these pretty flowers in here that are going to pop. I can't wait till they pop, and it'll complete this room, this beautiful garden room. Well, eventually we're going to switch out all the fish that are in the aquarium. Right now I just put a couple things in there just to have something in there, but eventually we want to have special things in there, not just regular old fish. As you can see, I do have that's a tulip growing at the end of my bed. And I have a very special thing about tulips. While I'm doing the morning chores this morning, I will tell you about that. I don't think I've told you guys about that in a long time. Look at this. Look at this. Emily just gave us a sewing machine. That's what I was talking about. That is why I wanted to do that advanced quest. Again, that's an in-game quest board. I knew we could do it because we had all those gems that we'd been saving up, and our reward for that is Emily is giving us a sewing machine. So look at that, guys. Is that cool or what? So we're going to learn how to use that sewing machine in the future. So going back to what I was going to talk about when we're doing our morning chores, I want to talk about the tulips. So when I was a child, we'd go to my grandmother's house. They had a nice little house on a really large piece of property. And on one corner of the property, they had a monstrous evergreen tree. It was huge. And in the side of that evergreen tree, my grandmother would plant tulip bulbs. And you have to plant tulip bulbs where I live in November or so. Before the ground freezes, you plant those kinds of bulbs. Then in the spring, when the ground warms up, those bulbs pop. And I'm telling you, tulips are the most beautiful flower. And she had every color of the rainbow of tulips, every one I've ever seen. And so, unfortunately, tulips don't last very long. It's like a couple of weeks. They pop up through the ground. It indicates spring is here. And spring is my favorite time of year because everything's popping and it's beautiful. But the tulips would pop on her property, and I couldn't wait to see them every year. They were amazing. And so that is just an incredible childhood memory that I have. And Stardew Valley is a game that has tulips. So in the springtime, I'm probably going to have a tulip garden somewhere around here. But for now, I'm going to have tulips in my beautiful little garden up there, in-house greenhouse. I don't know what you want to call it. And I think I've put maybe 2 or 3. I think I put 3 tulips up there. And you don't know what you're getting when you plant the seed. There's different colors. So anyway, that's my personal story about the tulips and why they mean so much to me, and a childhood memory. So there you go. And so, oh, look at that. We've got rows and rows. We've got 15 casks in each row. We're starting a row along the side of the wall, and we're going to put a whole nother row down below. So we are going to be making a great deal of money from the cellar. Sadly, it takes a while. It does take 54 days. You heard me right. 54 in-game days to take a bottle of wine from normal quality, which is no stars, to iridium quality. But it is so worth it. But as I've said before, it's not my only thing that I do. It's not my only revenue stream. I do all kinds of things to make money. You know, I just grabbed some roe from the fish pond. We're going to put that in the preserve jars and age it, and we're going to put it right in that shipping bin. So to me, there's just lots of ways to make money. Waiting around for 54 days and doing nothing else would be boring as all get out. And I don't like to be bored when I'm playing a game, because I'll quit playing it. So for me, the excitement is to have all this variety, the 3 seasons out of the year, planting all kinds of different crops, and giving myself the challenge of becoming self-sufficient, not having to buy anything from Pierre. And I was really glad to get those flowers this year in the night market, so that I don't have to go buy them from Pierre. So anyways, we are still collecting jade, and previous episodes, if you'd paid attention, we need to go to the 100th floor of the mine. We had gotten a message, some kind of weird message, that we needed to do that. And the only way I'm going into the mine is with enough staircases to drop down as fast as humanly possible. I hate fighting. I'm terrible at it. Even if I have the best armor, which is actually your boots and your rings and your sword or whatever you fight with, even if you have the best of the best, I don't like fighting. So we are going to drop down those 100 floors as quickly as possible. Eventually we are going to have to break down and do some fighting, because I know there's at least one creature in the Skull Cavern that you have to kill a bunch of for the I think it's the Adventurers Guild. To finish everything on that board, we have to go in there, but I'm not doing it until I have much better boots and rings and maybe a better sword, which is a secret for down the road. And I was looking at this sweet pea, and it is a summer forageable, and I was trying to make sure I was in the right place. For some reason, it didn't make sense. I think it's because I've given most of them away, and so I thought I've only got one. Well, that's because I kept giving them away, so I have one. I need to gather sweet peas in the spring or in the summertime. There's forageables that you could run around and grab, and that's one of them, and it's a liked gift by a lot of people. So we do have a lot more people that we want to become super good friends with, and so we'll get there. So today is the wizard's birthday. I've already given him 2 gifts this week. So I wasn't sure if I could give him a gift on his birthday special. I didn't know. I thought, oh, that would be sad if I couldn't. So I grabbed what he likes, which is a void essence as one of his loved gifts. Thought, let's run down to see the wizard. Let's go see the wizard. So that's funny. By the way, my terrible voice. I have an awful voice, really rough voice this season where I live. I think it's from the smoke coming down from Canada. Our air quality is terrible, and I've had a terrible throat. All right, yeah. Okay, here's your present for your birthday. Great, I could. You remember my birthday? I'm impressed, and thanks. Look how happy his face is. So, did that do it? Are we now best friends with the wizard? And we are. It worked. I was hoping that would be the case. So, we have to look at our next 4 people. I'm working on about 4 people at a time. And so let's see, if we keep going down here, goodness, where is our next person? Evelyn, my goodness, we had to go way down to find out. So our next person is Pierre, Meru, Elliot, and Haley are our next 4 people that we are going to be working on. If you do not know what someone what gifts are liked or loved by somebody, and you don't want to make mistakes like I did with Abigail by giving her hated gifts multiple times, then you can go to the wiki, and there are links down below. And you could search, like for instance, Haley. I didn't know what Haley liked because I haven't really talked to her very much. Now, some people give you tips, and we've gotten secret notes to find out what gifts people like or love. And I didn't know what Haley loved, so I did check the wiki to find out what does Haley love, because we're going to start working on her relationship level. And that alien thing cracks me up, by the way. That's a scarecrow, a rare crow. All right, found out Haley likes coconuts. Well, isn't that good news? We've got some. So we can go give Haley a gift, because we haven't really given her any gifts this week, I don't think. So we can give her this week a coconut 2 different days, so we can start catching up on that relationship. And wormy thingies, otherwise known as artifact spots, and they gave us 3 clay. That was awesome. Here's another artifact spot. What are we gonna get here? More clay. Oh my gosh, seriously? We just got 6 pieces. Let's go find out what this one is. And this one's mixed seed. That's fine. I'm good with all of that. So I like artifacts, obviously, because we need to donate them to the museum and fill that museum up. But if we're not going to get that, then I'm good with clay and mixed seeds. Awesome. So Haley lives down here on the house to the right here, with the tan house, and maybe she's home. Let's go see. Oh, we got a little special cutscene here. Look at those gems that we gave. Great, everyone has their stone, Emily says. Now please close your eyes and take deep, slow breaths. Focus on your lungs. Okay, we are. Visualize the pure energy flowing into your body with every breath. So we're doing a little meditation. And when you exhale, feel all the tension and negative energy flowing out, leaving you more and more relaxed with every breath. Okay, we can do that, Emily. Now, open your heart to the vibrational frequency of your stone. Do you feel anything? So let's see. Who does she have here? Nope. Oh, goodness. Abigail. Yes, Mayru says yes, and Caroline is relaxed. And Haley's asleep. Oh, Haley, seriously? So that's what those stones were used for. Looks like those gemstones were put to good use. Yes, they were. Awesome. So we come in, and Haley is indeed here. So we're going to give Haley say hello to her first. I wish someone would bring me a peppermint coffee. No can do, Haley. How about a coconut? Oh my God, this is my favorite thing. Well, I guess God knew you wanted a coconut. So there you go. So let's look at her relationship. Where are we at with her? I didn't really look closely when we looked before. And Mayru, Elliot, come on. There she is. Oh, she's only 4 hearts. She's got a ways to go. So we can give her one more gift this week. And you can see the other ones. They're all, you can see I've already given them 2 gifts this week. But we're getting very close to moving on down the list. So ultimate goal is to have 8 hearts with everybody on this list. And then anybody that's not a marriage candidate, we can go up to 10. But there's certain events that happen throughout the year that if we do them, it's going to give extra hearts to people, or the whole town. So we will find out. Here's the normal message board. Sebastian wants a sardine. I was pretty sure that we are full hearts with Sebastian. I would do quests for someone that we are not best friends with, because it gives us an extra opportunity to get more heart points. But yeah, Sebastian, we are full hearts with. He's a marriage candidate, so we can only have 8, and we are at max with him, so I didn't see the need to do it. And if I was dying for money, I would also, but we have 420,000 in the bank, and we are doing fine. I'm not in a rush to increase that to millions and millions. I do have things I want to spend it on. We've got these, I call them obelisks, where you can put them on your farm, and it's for fast travel. There's 4 different ones. They're very, very expensive. We're talking 500,000 to $1 million. So they're very, very expensive. And there's also a return scepter that we can get from Krobus down in the sewers. And that is like 2 million. So we do have some expensive things that we need to purchase, but I'm not in a super hurry to do that. So we'll get to it, and our money is going to exponentially increase pretty quickly as our farm production ramps up. You may have noticed there was a little pop-up there at 5 p.m. that the night market was open. Oh, poor George. Oh man, I feel so bad for George. As we've gotten better friends with him, he's starting to share some of his deep thoughts. And it's so sad. His story is sad. So again, I was looking here thinking, all right, what am I missing here what do I need here that I don't already have? And the answer is nothing. Now this guy each night sells a weird painting. This is the traveling trader, and look how much, 250,000 for a battery pack. So again, if you never have had one before and you don't have a way to get them, yeah, okay, I'm not going to spend that kind of money. This is the one we need to see. We need to see what fall seeds that they have that we would want, and the answer is fairy seeds. So we could buy other things, but the fairy seeds are what I really wanted here, and they're 200 a piece. And I wanted enough for my in-house garden as well as for the spring planting. So that's what I was looking at. I was looking at my screenshots of my 11-year farm for the inside greenhouse, and it's like, okay, I know how many do I need. I was pretty sure I had 2 more spots for the fairy seeds, but I wanted to get some extra ones just in case. The fairy seeds are awesome. And then I want to look at this thing. It's like, how much is that painting? That's kind of interesting. 1,200. What? I don't think that we should spend 1,200. I mean, I didn't like it that much. You know, I was looking at my 11-year farm interior. I thought, I'm not area my current one even. I thought I can't even find a place for that. So I don't think that that's something that we need to spend 1,200 on. I mean, just because we have sufficient amount of money does not mean that I want to spend it for that. So anyway, I thought I'd look around just real quick. I saw George and Evelyn were down here and thought maybe we could have a quick chat with them. This is one of the newer traditions in Pelican Town, but we've taken to it rather quickly, haven't we, George? She's so sweet. Evelyn is so sweet. And George is the opposite of sweet. He's grumpy, and we've learned through our relationship increasing with him some of the reasons why. You know, his accident that caused him to be in a wheelchair, and how he feels like he has let their son Alex down. And so I really love the progression that happens with all of these characters from where they are, and some of it is like, it's staggering. Some of the characters, the things that from the way they are with you before you're friends, and then the way they behave and talk to you after you've become best friends. So it's very interesting, and to me it gives me something to work towards. So I'm going to go very quickly grab my watering can that's almost empty, and I'm going to come up here, and I've got 2 places to plant the flowers. So you can see I've got a mixture of, you know, plants and then flowers. And so this idea that I found for this, again, I found it on the forums. There is a place where you can showcase your farms inside and out, and I had seen someone that had done something very similar to this, and I loved the idea. I thought, oh, that's great, because I love flowers and plants and gardening, but here's a super secret. I am terrible at it. I kill all my house plants. In fact, my youngest brother has always called me the plant murderer, because I murder my plants. I mean, seriously. I even killed aloe vera plants. They're supposed to be indestructible. I killed them. And I've also killed, I can't remember the name of the plant. It's a real vining plant that once you plant it, it grows all over the creation. I killed one of those too. And it's like, I'm just so bad at it. And you know what I think it really is? It's my memory. Because you got to remember to water your plants. Even your aloe vera plants need water sometime. And so I just would forget forever. Oh good, we got 5 of those. I would forget forever. and so they would eventually die. So that's my story of my plants and why games like this. I enjoy gardening and planting so much. I have such a sense of satisfaction because it's possible to kill them, but it's harder, if that makes any sense. Again, I was looking again, it's like, yeah, that 220 and that 100, maybe. That might plant our field. But we have 9 days left in the season, and that's all I can do. I mean, I can't use any more of my of those two particular produces, the cauliflower and the strawberries. So we're gonna have to wait and see. If I have enough to plant the entire field, then we're good. If I was able to plant the first time, because what I'll do is I'll take the produce from that, I'll run it through the seed maker to replant the field. And that way I won't need anything from Pierre, and that will help me with my goal, at least for spring, to be self-sufficient, at least for the spring of year 4. So we'll see. We got 9 days to find out, so you'll have to hang with me. The secret word of the day is seeds, so please use the word seeds down in the comment section in a sentence, and please be creative. Don't say the secret word is seeds, but just use it in a sentence and play along. It's going to make me smile. Please make me smile. I love it. All right, so we refilled our water can and we're going to put it away. And I think I'm kind of looking around going, okay, I'm liking the way things are looking here. Pretty soon when baby Rose is out of that crib and sleeping in the bed there, we can move that bedroom around. So that's going to be something we will do. I want to get rid of the crib. You can only have 2 babies, so why have the crib there? We'll get rid of it. So we do have some more work to do on the inside of the farm, but it's coming along. I'm really happy with how it's looking. And, obviously this room down here needs a lot of work. We don't have anything going on tomorrow, the 18th. So we've really done a pretty good job on keeping an eye on that calendar, and it's really helping us a lot. Thank you so much for following along. I appreciate so much all of those subscriptions. That makes me smile every morning when I see that there's more. So thank you guys for that. And please give my videos a like if you like what I'm doing. Please make those comments down below. Really, the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.